All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Derby City Classic. This is Boombox coming to you from Railbirds Productions. Got an exciting first round match here between Vitaliy Patsura and Jeremy Seaman. Looks like Vitaliy got that speed down a little better to start out. This is first round action. Yeah, this should be a really good match. For those of you that aren't familiar with the format of Derby City, it's not a true double elimination. So at this point, neither players have a loss, and they are getting ready to start this first round. So there's no bracket, and after each round, when the losers decided, they have an opportunity to just buy back. So both these players here, upper 700 level players. I've had the good fortune of playing both these guys. Good fortune and experience, not necessarily an outcome. Uh, but yeah, that's one of the things about Derby. You pull one of these monsters, and you got to be excited for the opportunity. So, man, laying down a really solid break here. I think Jeremy's gonna have to put some thought into this one. He's got a clean look at that 5 ball. He's got room to work off the rail, so I mean, he can stick him behind that 15-4. Otherwise, he's looking at kicking here. Um, the 3-8 looks pretty close to lined up at his pocket. And depending on how much angle he has on that 5, he might try and do something with that. Man, you don't want to be kicking on that first shot, but he laid down a really, really good break here. One low, one high, one out in the middle, and a solid pack to try and get through. Nothing really straight enough to push through the stack with. I think you're going to see him use the 5 ball here. Jeremy's a player out of Michigan, Railbirds neck of the woods. I actually, my first year in Derby City Classic, got a chance to play Jeremy, and he's a great player. I said after the match, I think that's the best I've ever played, and I lost 3-0, and I was lucky enough to get to watch the match, and I think I played as good as I could, and he definitely roasted me. Let's see what he's got in mind. Looking at that 2 ball. So probably going to try and hit high of the 10 ball to clip the 10 out. Man, tough action there. Let's see what he thinks. If he can stick right on that 11. All right. Does a really good job getting back up table. Gets the immediate threat out of there. And I mean, at this point, just puts a little more pressure on Vitaliy. Unfortunately for Jeremy, that 1 ball is a pretty good backboard. Vitaliy, a really straight shooter. Yeah, I mean, just terrific removal there by Jeremy. Gets all the way back there, moves 2 immediate threats, almost hooks him on the rail. Incredible shot. Unfortunately for him, Vitaliy just broke the ball so good that he's still in trouble. Looks like Vitaliy's going to fire at this. I kind of like, trying to get behind that pack, but I guess that's why that's such a huge, crucial shot right there. I feel like I take a lot less of a risk taking that 1 ball. Boy, I can't believe Jeremy's looking at this rack with shooting opportunity. That was a really, really remarkable response to the break. I mean, this is anybody's game at this point. Jeremy's definitely the favorite. Yeah, nothing dead. You'd like to take that combo, but it's pretty risky. At this point, I'd be thinking more about gaining an advantage and really sticking them in a tough spot. Jeremy being the shooter he is, I have a feeling he's going to shoot that combo. Yeah, it looks like he can come back across table and get fairly safe here, and definitely still got to have a good offensive look if he makes this ball. Excellent shot. Oh, man. Kind of a rough roll with those 4 balls clogging up again. Jacked up over the 15. 14 gets him back on the 5 ball. At some point, he's going to have to do something about that giant wedge in his way. Coming all the way back behind the 10. Man, nice shot. I think you'd like to be on the other side of that ball, but beautiful, beautiful shot. Jacked up like that, it's not easy. And yeah, it's pretty tough early in the match, early rounds here to just come out firing. So shooting with a lot of confidence here, Jeremy Seaman. Wow. Yep. Terrific shot. Gets back behind the 5. Decision here is whether or not you want to kind of clip through that and push through, or whether you want to draw into the 4 ball. Looks like he's drawn the ball. I don't think the 15 goes, but definitely push it over there. Oh, sneaks through. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Man, at this point, you're 3 balls away. I wonder if he's going to try and break those balls. Pretty close to the 9 ball to get a lot of force, but he doesn't need to hit them hard. Yeah. Looks like he's got a line to kind of clip that 3-13. Nothing else goes. Only 3 balls. Gets a 13. Beautiful shot. Got a great angle now to come into that 2-3. Just got to make sure. And he's going to draw. Just don't want to hit on the left side of that 2 ball. Great shot. 2 to go here. Yep. I think drawing off that 8 ball right into the 3 frees up the 2. Checking the balls. I made a terrible mistake against Jeremy when I played him. I ran 8 and out, and I had fouled, and I needed 9. Wow. Oh, man, it just got stuck back there. I think he still got that cut. That is not the ball you want to be letting go, though. Man, oh, man. Yeah, he's shooting. Wow, really controlled shot. Beautiful shot. What an out there by Jeremy Seaman, taking a 1-0 lead. Counting the balls there. Yeah, so anyway, I needed 9. Jeremy had already approached the table and was getting ready to grab him, and I was like, whoa, 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 I owe a ball. That match was commentated also, and my friends are giving me a pretty hard time. They're like, man, once he comes to the table, that's the end of the game. You walk away, but I couldn't do it. That would have been my only win against Jeremy, though. Definitely a turning point in that match. Well, excellent out there by Jeremy Seaman. Really setting the stage here. I mean, and Vitaliy just laid down a monster break. I don't know how he got out of that. All comes down to that one shot where he left him long, and Vitaliy fired. And now his break again. That's in a race to 3 format. I mean, this can happen so quick. For those of you who haven't been out to Derby City Classic, I recommend it. It's my favorite tournament in the world. All these brand new diamond tables, huge shout out to Diamond for everything they do to put on this event. It's just the greatest tournament in the world. Well, Vitaliy getting pretty fortunate there. Balls didn't break real well for Jeremy. He didn't get anything down by his corner. And Vitaliy's going to have a pretty easy time getting out of this. He might even shoot the 7 ball. Yeah, I think that goes right through there. Everything still pretty clustered. I'm not sure what he'll do after the 7. Almost looks like that 4 ball 9581 is lined up, and I think he's going to push through here, get to the left side of that pack. Oof. So playing it real safe. Wishes he could have got a little more distance out of that, but pretty good shot there. It looks like that. Yeah, it looks like the 4 ball might have wired up. They're discussing the rule, about whether or not you can push through. There's only 2 referees at the Derby City Classic, and one of the big things is the rules are written around players being able to kind of deal with their own problems that come up. So the close hit is something that they've written a special rule about, and that is if you're within a very small distance of that ball, you're allowed to push through. That being said, the way the rule is interpreted, or the way it's intended, is that people don't intentionally steer the object ball, but unfortunately the way that it is in practice is hold up. Wow, great shot there for Jeremy. Lucky to get high side of that pocket. Just gonna punch around this, but I don't think he can get on that 7 ball. We'll see. Gets over there. That's about as good as you can do with it. Yeah, and he might shoot this 7 just because it's a lot closer to Vitaliy's pocket. Get that over there, come up and down and try and block the ball. Not a lot, just pushing towards his pocket. Yeah, I think that's probably the shot. Does a good job protecting it. Nice little run there for Jeremy. Taking a 3-0 lead. Boy, and those balls really still just clustered there. That combo is interesting, but unfortunately it's probably not shootable right now. You'd love to clip something and get under that 7 ball. Yeah, that's a pretty tricky shot. So this is 1 pocket. This is the second event out at Derby. They do banks first, 1 pocket second, 9 ball third. Tables are finally starting to break in here. One of the big talks of this tournament this year was how tight the pockets were. Diamond did their special cut. Nice. Caught that ball pretty well. He wishes he would have caught it a little fatter and gotten behind that 2-6. Yeah, some of these matches you'll notice go real long, and one of the big talks was that it was pocket size that did that. I personally really loved the way the tables played. I thought they were remarkable. But it definitely is a more challenging table than your typical 9-foot diamond. And try to play something off the 1, or maybe he's playing off the 8. Guess so. I might have sold a bank. At this point, you kind of got to decide whether or not you want to bank the 11 into that 7 ball or whether you want to cross the 15 and come up behind the stack. Looks like he has the angle to cross, and I prefer that. It looks like he's wanting the straight bank. Elevating a little bit here. Yeah, really tried to stay behind that 15 ball. And you see how effective that shot is. Nice work. Jeremy can still get under the 7, but that was a pretty good shot there. Taking a good look at that stack. Looks like Jeremy can probably get underneath the 8 ball or the 1 if he wants to just get behind the 7-11. I think he's probably going to try and move something over there. I think he's probably going to go foot rail into the 7 ball. Really doesn't want to sell a return bank on that 15 though. Yeah, it's interesting how your walls of balls can work against you as well. Beautiful shot. Look at there, right in that window. Wow. And all of a sudden, there's nothing even on Jeremy's side, and Vitaliy's in trouble. Great shot. This was such a fun event this year. I won't spoil the ending for you, but one of those big names in one pocket who had never taken this title down took it down, and yeah, it was pretty fun to watch. I mean, Vitaliy's kind of got a push-up table here. What an amazing shot. He's making a move the balls he wants him to move. Yeah, I guess you just got to go off the 11, right side rail, head rail. You don't really want to flirt with getting on the wrong side of the 1. But if you can use the stack to protect those balls. Terrific response. It's a great shot. Man, oh man, yep. Jeremy can't really get to that 7 or the 11. Man, terrific shot. Looking at doing something with the 1 ball. It's a tough angle for a 2-railer. He can jack up and draw down there, but that's flirting with a double kiss. Whew. It scares me. Wow. Trying to get underneath that. Really aggressive shot. Wow, getting the hole. I tell you, if that shot goes, that's an incredible shot, but I don't know if that risk was worth it at that point. Being up a little bit, being up a game, up in the ball count, sometimes you take a risk like that. And, I mean, he was trying to get on the backside of that 7-11. It was a great idea. Just drew that ball a little too much. Tough control. Incredible 2-railer. Almost made that ball. Vitaliy need an 8. I think if he can clear these bottom 3, I think the 6 ball goes, and he can open up the pack that way. Back out to the center of the table. Kind of got to stroke this ball a little more than you'd like to get on the backside of that 15. You don't want to get on the right side of the 15. So yeah, kind of got a soft draw, spin around to get that 15. He may be going for the 6 next. 9-5 is kind of going towards his pocket, but it doesn't look wired. All right. Nice soft stroke there. Well, he's on the 6, but unfortunately he's on the top side of it. He'd like to be going right into those balls. Hopefully use the 6 to get good position on the 15 to break a couple. Yeah, it's getting tougher and tougher to see a full out here. You can use this to try and break him, but we're going to risk it not having a shot and leaving that 15 that's still open unmade. So there we go. Takes that ball, still gets high on the 15. And not a good line to really come back into it. He might have the angle, but it's really going to have to punch this ball to get it up. Yeah, let's see what he chooses to do. Vitaliy, really smooth stroker. I had to play him in 9-ball this year. I was unfortunately on the receiving end of that. Wow. Punch those balls great. Wonderful shot. Not a terrific payout, but opens up to 5-14, and the 5 is perfect shot to get back behind the 14. As these balls open up, you got to start thinking a little more about that 1 ball looming in Jeremy's pocket. But I think Vitaliy's like a 790, 90 something. I don't think he's thinking too much about offensive threat here. I think he's just looking at getting out. Really have to do a lot with the cue ball here. Wow. A little closer to that side pocket than he probably wanted to be, but excellent control. So Vitaliy needs 3. Looks like he's coming a little wide of hitting those balls if he makes that 14. I don't think anything goes over there. Yeah, he might have to just deal with the 1 after making this. He might be able to follow through. Yep. Well, excellent run. Gets 6 out of it. Not an easy takeout here. I think he'd like to clip the bottom side, knock the 1 out of his pocket out of Jeremy's pocket and come back up table. I personally was having a hard time seeing these shots with the slip of the cloth. Brand new cloth on these tables every time. So at this point, they're finally starting to break in. This is first round, so the 4th day of the tournament, 3rd or 4th day. So there's been some play on these tables, but still really, really new cloth. Looks like he's going from the high side. Just chooses to make that ball. I think he was thinking about when Jeremy put him in that little hook. And he's like, I think I'm going to try that. All right, we'll give it 1 up. So 6-4. Vitaliy's in the lead. Looks like that 2 railer's blocked on the 2 ball for Jeremy. It's a pretty effective shot. Man, does he have a line to get through there? If he can fire this ball and get right between that, what? Oh, get down there. Gotta hit that ball. Man, excellent look there. Oh, man, and he almost got that hook. I didn't think he could sneak through that. And it didn't look like he really could. No, I guess he could have made that because he went wide. Huh. Well, excellent opportunity here for Vitaliy. This is a tough one. You gotta pop this bank to get back up for the next ball, but you really just want to roll this ball in. Or I do anyway. Shouldn't see what they want to do. Yeah, that's a pretty nice shot. Don't think there's a gap there for the 8 ball. That's pretty tight. But excellent shot there. Only needing one. Last thing you want to do is give up your advantage here. Yeah. Is he looking at playing the Z-Bank here? I like that. It's good and aggressive. When the cloth is slipping like this, the Z-Bank goes far more naturally. That second rail just doesn't catch quite as sharp. That is what he's playing. He's going to have to draw back a little bit from this. It really doesn't want to open up that 9. Wow. What a shot. Man, couldn't have hit it any better. Excellent shot there for Vitaliy. Yep, I think that's that. 1-1 here. 2023 Derby City Classic. I don't know if you guys saw that last Z-Bank, but man, it was just, I mean, you can't strike that any better. And that's exactly how you'd like these tables to respond. Perfect line. Comes off nice and straight and true. Excellent, excellent shot there. And a risky shot, too. I mean, Jeremy had a back cut on that 10 ball. So you're shooting that pretty confidently. Everybody, if you're out there liking what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, give us some love. We love having you in there. So thanks for tuning in here at Railbirds Productions. This is Boombox coming to you live from the 2023 Derby City, or not live. Yeah, from the Derby City Classic. A bunch more matches coming your way. Like we said, this is first round action, so a ton of good one pocket coming up. Yeah, if you haven't hit that like or subscribe button, make sure you do. Let you know when it's going well. Vitaliy broke just incredibly last time, and Jeremy still came up with something. I think more of a spread than he would like on this one. Yeah, there's a lot to work with here. So also didn't hang a ball quite as close to his pocket. Yeah, Jeremy's got options here. Looks like he's gonna cut this ball just towards his pocket, not try to make it. Yeah, that's a nice shot. Yeah, that one can be so effective, just putting it over there. He's done an excellent job getting out of these breaks. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't even necessarily look like Vitaliy broke. Simple shot like that. Not a lot of free room to leave Jeremy here. Looks like he might be playing off the top side of the 7 to try and get behind the 15. Rethinking that. Could just be kicking also. Yeah, I like that shot. And if you can get all the way behind the 15 there, you're sitting pretty. And cautious of any chalk on the table there. Always a smart thing to do. Let's see. So high side right about that left diamond. Ooh, gets up there. Excellent effort. Doesn't quite get there. Yeah, and getting behind that ball is pretty crucial. Jeremy really wants to protect that 12 ball by his pocket. Be nice to end up behind the 11 ball here, but it's really hard to take that risk. You just don't want to leave that return bank or give up your advantage by your pocket. But at this point, you don't want to move the 12, don't want to move the 3. You're either looking at doing something with the 7 ball or coming behind the 11. think I kind of like kicking into the 11. If you can hit it soft enough. Yeah. Yep. These are the crucial shots that are really easy to take for granted. Wow, and that 11 just worked right up there with him. Almost got the hook, but ends up selling the combo bank. Yeah, I think you're going to see a 312 here. Vitaliy shot these banks real well. Every now and then you start commentating on something, and I mean they all just look wired. They're like, oh yeah, super easy. It's just that combo bank combo. It's wired. Of course that goes. I think I would have wanted to try and get up high side of the pack there if at all possible. I would have wanted to be less concerned with making that ball and more concerned with protecting these balls. Jeremy now with a great opportunity to respond. Play that 11, get behind the 7. Nice shot. Jeremy done a good job kind of putting Vitaliy in his own trap. Still nothing on his side, and he's shooting from a tough position here. I think that's one of the central skills you need to figure out how to do in one pocket is be comfortable in the discomfort. You're rarely going to be shooting a comfortable shot if your opponent is doing their job, and these guys both doing their job pretty well. I kind of like playing the 3-ball bank here. Not necessarily to make it. If I shoot it, I like to shoot it to try and come off the 7 and keep him up table. Oh, looks like he's looking at the same thing. Good opportunity here. If it goes, you're thrilled. If it doesn't, you're just guarding your balls even better. He tried to play the combo there. That one always worries me. I end up clipping off balls and getting myself in trouble. I think Jeremy's got a path to kick under the 7. I think that's probably what he'll do. This is an easy time to make a big mistake. And at 1-1, neither one of these players wanting to give up an inch. Race to 3 happens quick when you can run 8 and out. Yeah, I really think he'll end up kicking under that 7. Can kiss off a couple of these balls, but that's a big pocket from there. He's just got what looks like a pretty obvious window. Hitting it pretty full. I think he was trying to get away from selling that bank out. Pretty straight to twist that one in. Yeah, I don't think that goes for him. It goes for some people. Tough part of that is you're so straight. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's tough to tell from this angle. You can kind of look at the distance from the rail, and it almost looks like the cue ball's a little higher than the 12, which means you'd have to cross it, and I don't think he's going to want to do that. He can definitely play this bank off the bottom side of the 11 and kind of follow some high inside and try and get up and around there. Yeah, I think he's going to do kind of what he tried last time. Try and squeeze that 10 by the 3. 4 balls hanging out there for Jeremy, but I think this is the right shot. Cut it thin. Well, does a great job getting him on the rail there. But yeah, hit that bank just a little bit flat. Excellent cue ball, though. Jeremy would like to shoot that 4, but there's just nowhere to go from there. The 9-1, 7-11 looks really doable. Unfortunately, you got to hit that firm enough, getting 4 balls to move, that you're going to have a hard time staying behind the 3. All right, so moving the 3. Looks like maybe kicking into the side rail. Got that one pretty good. That's a risky play, but it ended up going well for him. At this point, I do think Vitaliy could twist that in if he wanted to. Looks like the twist is a little more natural here. But again, with the slip-in that's going on, I don't know if that's worth it. Doesn't have that long bank available anymore. Boy, I'd be nervous about that 7-11 for Jeremy, too. I think you gotta, if you're not twisting this ball, you gotta play a more positional shot than an offensive one. He's thinking about it. Start watching too many Tony Chohan videos, and all of a sudden we all think about it. Yeah. I think he gets out of the way twisting that ball. I don't know if he avoids selling out the 3. You kind of got to hit this ball with some speed to get the twist to go. He has banked the balls very well, though. Ball plays off the bottom of the 3. And that is just such a nice shot. Man, he got to that place behind the stack that it's really effective. Put something right in front of his pocket. Both the 3 and 12. Dangerous balls now for Jeremy. Very nice shot. Yeah, boy. Jeremy's got to do something he doesn't want to do. Nothing to work with here. Kind of got to play off either the 5 or 11. He might be trying to get under that ball. Boy, that's scary. Yeah, that's a really nice shot. Just kiss off there and hoping to get up behind the 3. Kind of a free bank there. I like this. I like thinning off the 15 and getting up behind the pack. Get that ball even closer to your pocket. Oh, no. He was jacked up and that ball mass 8 on him. I don't like trying to hit that ball that thin for that reason. All right, so Vitaliy marking that he owes one. Wow, that's a really unfortunate turn for him. Pretty fortunate leave, though. I don't think Jeremy's going to try and clip that 11 in. Looks like he's looking at kicking. That's a scary shot jacked up like that. Oh, he's just going to get it out of there. It is coming back into that pack if he wants it to as well. See a lot of players playing that 2-railer. I think he's just going to remove it, though. Taking another look. Can play off that 3 ball and kind of float down behind that 12 ball down there if you like to. I like that just because I have a little more room to queue and you still eliminate a threat. Jeremy definitely taking a good look at that 11. Maybe looking at that 7-8. I don't think he can afford to take that risk, though. That looks a little too tight. So probably just removing here. Yep, sticking that ball. Well, gets a little unfortunate selling that bank, but pretty fortunate that 9 popped out on his side because it's not as free of a bank anymore. I think you're going to see Vitaliy tighten up after that last error. A little shot like that can make you feel pretty sheepish, and all of a sudden you do a couple different things. Either let it get to you and get frustrated and kind of still keep shooting that shot over and over, or you reground yourself and tighten up. And I think that's what we're going to see from him here. Okay, he's looking at crossing and getting up table. Excellent cue ball. A nice speed, too. I don't think Jeremy can straight see the 3. Puts it close enough to his hole that shooting that 11 or that 9 ball is a scary shot. And Jeremy can't really afford to take too many risks here either. Oh man, that 9. If he could play the 9 and get through that 13-8, I think you'd think about it. But yeah, I don't think he can afford to. It looks like he's looking at kicking into the 3. It's a tricky shot. That's a big corner pocket right there. You can't just baby into the 3. You're going to sell a bank. Yeah. Not really a lot to do with the 12 there. Yeah, Jeremy right to take his time on this one. This could be a very pivotal shot. Yeah, and for some reason the 6-foot back cut through the stack doesn't seem like the best call. Yeah, looking at that kick. I don't think he can look at making it. You make that ball and you're going to scratch. So it looks like he's going to kick it 3 into the foot rail and then just try and get it up on his side. Cue ball probably floating down to the foot rail. That's a good feeling when you make your opponent make that face. And they got to put a lot of thought into it. Hits it full. Very nice shot. Man, that is not easy and very well executed. Vitaliy with an opportunity to kind of do the same thing. Cue ball's kind of heading a lot closer to that corner pocket if he takes his 12. I think he's maybe looking at kicking into that pack. That's a scary shot for me. If he had a little better cueing, yeah, he's looking at it. I wish he could get to the bottom of the cue ball here. We've seen him jack up several times with confidence, so something to think about. I guess what he's looking is that 11-15. With a 4-6-15. Yep, tricky shot there. whole lot can go wrong. And that 11 may very well be wired off the 15, and that might be what he's looking at. No, it looks like he's looking to kick into that 4 ball. Yeah, you really got to stick this kick. Playing the 3. All right. So removing that 9 ball, moving the 3. 9's going to spot up. Pretty effective shot. I don't know if I would have wanted to remove my ball from there, but he's done a really good job putting himself in an offensive opportunity situation. So does Jeremy have a line on this 2-railer? Looks like it. Wow. And yeah, not even necessarily playing to make that ball. Great shot. Vitaliy's in trouble. He might be kicking at this ball. The Tony in me wants to bank this 12 and come around 3 rails to try and get behind the 9. But boy, oh boy, that's a tough shot. Probably looking at the 2-railer there, seeing how it'd come off. You can 2-rail this 12, but boy, it's hard to not sell the 3. I guess he's just going to stick by that right side rail. Fire this. It scares me. You can't make this 12. Definitely an opportunity to open some balls up for Jeremy. See how it comes out for him. Well, that went pretty dang well. Doesn't gain him a huge offensive opportunity, although opens up that 10, and the 10 opens up the world. That's a long cut for Jeremy, and he just doesn't get much out of it. I think he's better off here keeping his 3 ball in that position and playing something else. Again, Vitaliy putting him right on that rail, too. Excellent cue ball. Might be looking at that 10-1. Got to hit that ball pretty firm, though, to get the 10 back over to the left side of the table. I like Jeremy's one-handed chalk technique. That's pretty sweet. If you want to get really aggressive, you can try that 2-5-1. But you really got to hit that ball, too. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what he does. Boy, this is a great start to this game 3. Tight at every turn. Taking a good look at that pack. This is where the straight pool players really come to life in one pocket. Reading that pack is such a big deal. Yeah, I understand what he's thinking. It's just nothing doing. If you got to cut on the ball, you got to cut the ball. So taking that shot, making the ball, excellent play. I mean, gets himself back in pretty terrific position. As good as he can. I think he's going to end up 2-railing this ball. And I'm sure he sees something I don't. Okay, so just play this combo, sit him in a tough spot, and push something at your hole. Wow. Wow, highlight reel. Did not see that one going. Man, did not pay out for him, though. Terrific, terrific shot. Let's see here. Well, we definitely... Wow. Him off the floor. What an incredible read. Didn't pay out for him, but excellent, excellent shot there for Jeremy Seaman. So going up in the ball count 2 to -1. But man, just hooked on that 2. He's just going to push him behind that 7. Stick him there. Man. Those big shots in tight proximity, I don't really know if they transfer on screen, but for anybody who plays very much of them, those are tough ones to control. Great shot there for Jeremy. Offensive threat on his side. Terrible queuing position for Vitaliy. Fortunately, that one ball does not go. I'm pretty sure he can't get through there. So, tough position here for Vitaliy. Man, that combo was pretty sweet there, Jeremy. That definitely turns the game around. Well, it looks like we might have a very special guest jumping in here with us here in a little bit, so have a couple of us talking at you. We'll let the surprise stick around, though. But if you like One Pocket, I think you'll be excited to hear who's coming in here. All right. Yeah, boy, this is tough action for Vitaliy. And I don't know if he's looking at banking that and following it. I like the idea of coming off the 9 side rail and then back over there, but whew. Yeah, I mean, Jeremy just has offensive threats from so much of the table here. All right, so bumping a ball. Jeremy just having to move it back. So the rule there, we're not playing all ball fouls. It's just if that ball would have come into contact with another ball. Once 2 balls move or the cue ball, then it's a foul. I really might consider taking a foul here. It's tough when you're down in the negative to take a foul, but yeah, it looks like he's probably going to come back through that 11-14. Doesn't want to hit that 11 ball. Wow. What a terrific shot. Man, and again, Jeremy sitting on the rail. Puts him in a tough trap and ends up here. Wow. Looking at that 1-5, and he is right to do so, man, oh man. Yeah, I like that shot. I like kicking into the 1-5. Really want to make sure you make solid contact there. Don't want that ball to leak out. All right. Boy, but going from that last position to now he's kicking it offense. Terrific response there from Vitaliy. What a shot. Jeremy taking a look at if it goes. That 15 ball is pretty big from there. I don't know if it actually gets around to go. And I think that's kind of how you gauge whether or not that shot's worth shooting. If you're just pushing something at your hole, there might be less risky ways to do it. If it actually goes, it's a pretty good opportunity to win the game. Jeremy only needing 6. Vitaliy needs 9. Interesting rule here at Derby City Classic. No two players can be in the negative at the same time. So if Jeremy was at 0 and he ended up fouling here, they wouldn't both be -1. They would both go to 0-0. 3 foul rule is in effect. And I believe -3 was a loss of game.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Good shot there. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the booth. Mr. Josh Roberts. Josh, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Sorry about that. I was a little bit of miscommunication there. All right.
No sweat. Good to have you. Hey, right now we're at 1-1. Yeah, Jeremy is in the lead a little bit here. Vitaliy took a foul or had a miscue earlier on, and so at -1.
Well,
It's
Vitaliy is like a
good.
very new one pocket player. Um,
Yeah.
Not going to take a whole lot of. Well, I think he'll take conventional shots, but he doesn't know the moves, like all the moves, in other words. But we'll see what he does.
Yep.
Look, he went in behind that ball and he almost sold out.
Yes, he did. He's played some really terrific shots here. He's gotten out of some really incredible situations. His opening break was just dynamite. Jeremy had to play a really remarkable shot to get out of it. But yeah, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
almost leaked out on that 11.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jeremy should probably just. Oh, okay, he's shooting that 2 rails. I was thinking just shoot the 10 ball and lay down behind the pile, but he got pretty good results with that, didn't he?
Yeah, almost got the backside of that 11. Yeah, he's been shooting that 2 railer pretty well. Yeah, Vitaliy not with a clear look at either of those real offensive threats. I think he probably gonna end up kicking
Yeah,
underneath those balls. What do you think?
I don't think that he can get to the 13. I don't think he has enough. I think he has to like really spin it. He's probably going to go across the face. Like he can get under there, but he's really got to dig it, right? Doesn't look
Yeah,
like
and
he
that's a
has a
big
natural
pocket.
angle to just get there. I don't think he'll scratch, but he just has to spin it really hard to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He
Pretty
just
nice
barely got there.
kick.
He hit it right in the face.
Yeah. All right, nice shot there. Doesn't
So a
doesn't
little bit
quite look
harder
like
for
Jeremy
Jeremy to
can.
play safe.
Yeah.
He's looking at banking that
Yeah.
2 ball, maybe, I guess. Um, can't really get the cue ball over unless he's going all the way up, but just going to leave a long shot here.
I think he's trying to get between that 10, 12 here. Oh, yep, just coming up table. Boy, that's a scary
Yeah.
shot to be taken. Look at that ball roll. Man, beautiful shot.
Right, but
Funny little
you're
roll
playing
there,
against a
wasn't it?
9 ball. Yeah, it was, but
Yeah.
he's gonna not gonna even give a second thought to this. He's certainly gonna shoot. He's a 9 ball player, so he's definitely gonna shoot one of these balls and try to open up the pile. I would say probably the
Yeah.
one near the 1 and the 4 there,
Hmm.
the 10 ball or whatever that is in the middle.
Yeah, playing the 10.
Yeah, I like
First
that.
rack we saw Vitaliy take a really risky shot. I mean, and like you said, he's a 9 ball player, so he's going to shoot. But he made that mistake. He just dogged this ball and cost him a lot of footing in the game. But like you said, he's got good queuing position here. Just playing the 9, get
Well,
a
not
little
only
closer
that,
to your
he's a
work
nine
before the
ball.
breakout.
Yeah, he's a 9 ball player, so any kind of shot like that, I expect him to take and just try to shoot out of it. You know, he has no fear of
Yeah.
missing anything because he plays 9 ball all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, that was a nice shot on the 9 ball, and he got good shape on the 12. He can pretty much do the same thing he just did and get out to that 10 ball that's near the 1-4 and start
Yeah,
opening them up from there.
you like playing the 12 now and not leaving the 12, but playing the 10 next.
Well, I mean, I think getting the 12 now just guarantees him an extra ball. I mean, if you go to the 10 and don't get a
Yeah.
shot, your run stops right there. And you can
Hmm.
get the 12 and pretty much get that same angle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, unless you do that.
Yeah,
But the one may go.
and that's
Does the one ball go?
if the one goes, then it's tough to say from there. Yeah, I guess that was the only thing I was thinking on that is if you're already in position, you're in position. But like you said, if you get hooked after that ball, you just cost yourself a ball.
Right.
Yeah, going to the wrong side of this. Do you think he'll try and push through and come around two rails? No, he's drawn.
I don't know. Yeah, look, yeah, he's drawing the ball. Maybe the one goes, or either he's just trying to get out of trouble.
Wow.
Oh, he drew to the 11. Look at
Yep.
the stroke.
Look outside pocket.
Great shot.
Yes, it was.
Great shot. I wonder if that 14 goes. If the 14 goes, he can shoot it first. If it doesn't, he can go to the 11 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent shot there. Get all the way back there. I think he's probably going to play that 11 ball to get back on that 2-5 combo. Yeah, that's a beauty.
Looks like he's trying to shoot the 2-5 now.
Wow. Man,
Or
that's a
two.
confident shooter right there. Wow.
Nice shot.
Yep.
Nice shot.
If those are looking like hangers, you're feeling pretty good.
Well, he got a little funny on this because he's got on the wrong
Hmm.
side of the one, or either really straight where he can't just play shape for the two. And that's the only one
Yeah.
that goes besides the bank. He may have to roll down and bank it and try to get to the 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Drawing off that ball, you're definitely running into something. It's like he's gonna try and avoid it.
Yeah, he took the
Just play the
bank on the
bank.
2. And he's going to try to just float right below that 11 in between 11, 13 and get to the 11 would be my shot if I'm going to shoot this.
Hmm. Yeah, boy,
And it
I
looks like
haven't
he's
seen
got
him
a pretty
float a
good look
lot.
at it.
Yeah, he's definitely fired a lot of these. I've seen him jack up and really put some stroke on some banks. All these guys coming off a bent
Right.
pool. This is round one of one pocket, so they're used to banking the ball. He looks like he's
Oh, he's
trying to draw
drawing it.
around
He's
it.
going to try to draw it. He's going to draw it. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he
Oh,
just drew
gets
to the
himself another
next
bank.
bank. Now, if he draws this hard, he can hit that side rail where he's at and go back over towards the side pocket and still get the 11. And maybe the 14
Man,
will go after he banks this 15. I think the 14 might go as well.
I get so nervous about getting greedy at this point, man. You're up
Well,
5-2.
he's kind of committed now. He can't see the 4 fully. It's
Yeah,
not that easy to remove it.
yeah. Looks like he's so little high there. So you're saying draw back to the right side rail and back out for the 14-11.
Yeah, I
I
mean, he
guess
could
just the
just
11
fire it
goes.
and stay
Yeah.
there and give up the 4 if he just wants to end the
Hmm.
run there, you know. But I mean, hell, if you're gonna sell out shooting it, I might as well sell out shooting it, trying to get shape on something, you know.
Trying to win the game. You're right about that.
Especially if the 14 goes, that would make my decision solid to go ahead and draw it back and get to the 14 because I mean the bank is there. So if that 14 goes, I'm definitely gonna draw it across the top of the pile.
Yeah. Whew. Well, there's a reason you're a far better one pocket player than I am. That's just got nervous written all over it for me. But like you said, you're pretty committed at this point.
Well, he's just banking it though. He's not drawing it, so maybe he's just gonna stop the run there and just take the risk.
Sticking it. Get yourself another
He
bank.
got it.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll shoot this one now. This one you're really you're shooting across the ball. Yeah, I don't think he shoots this one now. Not needing to. If it was to win the game, maybe. But if he's not gonna
Yeah.
win the game from this, I don't like it.
Yeah, like you said, coming across the top, you're gonna end up table. The last
Well,
thing you
it's
want to
not
do
only
is let
that,
Jeremy
it's
back
just
in this thing.
It's just whenever you're cutting a bank to the left or the right a little bit, it always changes a little, and your speed and spin have to be perfect to make it basically. Unless you're
Hmm.
rolling it, basically you're just you're betting the game on all the balls are open. If you notice, if you look at all those balls, they all go for Jeremy. So if he were to
Yeah.
miss, you know what I mean? That'd be no good.
Yep.
If I'm him, I just give up the four ball or get it out and let Jeremy try to beat me from there. That's what I like.
Yeah. Do you even like the takeout with everything slipping as much as it is right here?
No,
I know it looks like
I
he's
give
on
it
that
up.
rail.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
definitely don't like this because now Jeremy can work the trap on you.
Yeah.
You're
He's
in a
one shot
terrible
away from getting
position.
trapped.
Right.
Yep. I
I mean, with
I
that
hear
four
you.
that close to the hole, all he's got to do is hide the cue ball, really. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
touch the 13. I would two rail the 11 forward and run the cue ball all the way down to the top rail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 11 ball, I'd just shoot it straight forward and make the cue ball hit that side rail and go over where he can't easily see the four. Because it's not that easy to kick it out. Like he had a better angle right there than he would from up the table. So he's
Yeah.
moving the seven instead.
Yeah. And just coming back
See,
behind the 10-8.
yeah, but only reason I don't like that is because he took a ball out of play. He took a ball out of play. Going the other way, you're two
Mm-hmm.
railing the 11 back to your side pocket where it's still in play and you're just putting the cue ball up the table. If
I
you'd have two
couldn't tell
railed
if
the
he was going to
11.
make. It looked like he might have come in contact with the 14-8 if he was going to two rail that. But yeah, again, this is why Vitaliy put himself in a tough situation. Now he's kicking at the same shot. I mean, you can inch this ball out, which I guess he does. I mean,
He's
but
not in the
Jeremy
clear
can.
yet though, because if I'm
Yeah.
Jeremy, I nick the four ball and go behind the eight. I just push it up a little
Hmm.
more where I'm not moving the eight. See, because once you start moving the balls in the pile, now you're giving him what he wants. So I'm
Yep.
gonna thin the four ball right here. I mean the ball is near the hole. That's what I want. Yeah. See, he's moving balls away up the table. That's no good.
Yep. Yeah.
And now the ball's a little further away from the hole, so he can get under it a little more. He may
Yeah.
even be able to bank the 13 three rails out and hit the side rail and go all the way down below to the bottom rail that way, since the four is
Hmm.
already up out of the pocket.
Well, I am. I will be very surprised to see Vitali win the battle of that four ball because that thing was in there and on the rail. A couple nice controlled shots to get there, but he can't get underneath it this time. I mean, maybe he can, but he's got to. No, he's got to do something with the 13. And now what? He's taking a tough shot to try and make the four as well. That's what he. Yeah, it looked like he
See,
was doing.
that's what I
Oh,
called, but he focused more on the speed of the 13 instead of speed on the cue ball. So he's giving up a shot for Jeremy to get back in this game, and he should
well, and
get all
the
five of those right there.
and the point you were making is so relevant here because now Jeremy has moved a couple balls out of play, and he needs those balls. I guess he only needs one of them, but
Right,
yeah, he's got these five pretty easily. But he's still gonna have to do something with that 7-8.
right, right, right.
This has been
Well,
a.
I mean, he just draw out of this, get to that 10
I
ball right
mean,
now. I like the 10 so because it moves it out of the way of that 13 or the 12,
hmm
whichever one that is. I can't tell if that's a pink or orange.
yeah, that's 13. So float over for the 14 next. Yep,
Right,
gave
and
himself
then
a
you can
great
play
angle.
shape for the 13.
What do you think about after you shoot the 13, trying to make that 7 and hook behind the 8?
I
If
don't
I
know
don't
if
want to
I'm
get.
Jeremy and oh wow, he missed that one.
I guess
Okay.
that's why I don't get too far ahead of myself. Commentator curse
Well,
gets pretty.
I think that was so much of an easy shot that he kind of relaxed when he shot it a little bit. He kind of relaxed and just
Just took it for
assumed that he
granted.
had those two. Right. So
Yeah,
Vitali should be. I mean, if he can't just give up this ball, he should be banking at the 13. Just bank it out his pocket, try to hang it in the hole where Jeremy can only get the one.
yeah. Do you like banking this ball, or do you try to play the 13 off the side rail and get it out? make the
I
14
like
for him.
banking. To tell you the truth, I like
Yeah.
banking it at the pocket. I feel like I can get it close enough to the pocket to where it's not makeable for him, where he can only either get it out or give it to me. I don't think he'd be able to play it if I just tried to make it. But he came out okay with it. Looks like he may have given up a 3-railer on this. That ball he
Yeah.
just used to take it out the 13. So, I mean, even if it doesn't
Yeah.
go, it's still a move to at least get it down the table.
Man, can you believe we're at 6-6 right now? There's been some dramatic turnarounds in this game.
I can believe it just because of the way the balls were positioned, and
Hmm.
Vitaliy didn't try to give up the 4 ball. Instead, he took a soft kick. That was his mistake. He took a soft
Hmm.
kick on that 4 when he had a good look at it instead of just giving it up. If he gives that ball up, then Jeremy is fighting for the game. Very hard to catch up. He has to hit a bank to earn a shot.
Yep. Well, Vitaly's kind of looking at what I was talking about, but I think he gets himself in trouble here. I think he's going to put himself in his own trap.
Oh, he hit the 8.
Wow, yeah,
That
and
was
sells a
certainly an
shot.
accident.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no hanger. I mean, he still has to cut this ball up the rail. It's not a hanger at all. But I mean, he did give up a shot that he wasn't intending on. I don't think.
absolutely. I'm not sure that Jeremy can stay safe. I mean, he's got to put a stroke on this ball.
Yeah,
Wow, it's a
just get all the
good.
way back over to the side rail. He hit it good, and he got a shot on the 13. He looks like he can go right inside that 7 ball.
Yep.
If I'm him, I don't roll this ball. He might roll it, but I don't like rolling it. I go ahead and hit this with a lot of low outside and just come around the table, hit the 3rd rail, and drop down on the back rail. Hit it with speed.
Yeah, and you're just shooting that
He hit it
harder
nicely.
because you beautifully avoids the side
Just,
pocket. All right,
I think
taking a 2-1 lead.
I'm more confident hitting it a little bit harder with more pace rather than that roll speed.
Yeah, less likely to sell out a bank too if you do end up missing.
Right.
Well, man, up 2-1 and got the break. That's a big position. Jeremy didn't break well last time. Didn't get much of a break on the balls. They all stayed real clustered. Nothing really ended up by his pocket. See if he adjusts here. It seemed like he broke a lot more inside the table than I'm used to seeing. A little further out this time. Yeah, that's kind of what happened last time. I mean, leaves himself a bank on this, or leaves Vitaliy a bank on the 7 ball, and that's not where you want to be.
Definitely not. So Vitali's gonna. If I'm him, I shoot this with control and just try to stay behind the 5. Just hit the rail and kind of float towards the 5. Yes, like that.
Yeah, don't want that ball to
Exactly.
slip in on you. Yeah.
Now Jeremy's just supposed to kick this in side or top rail, either one. Just long rail kick is the easiest way to make it. Going the side rail looks like you can get up under it a little bit and maybe double kiss it, and it might have a chance of staying. But going to the
Yep.
top rail, if you just make contact, you're gonna make it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no real choice here. That ball's hanging in there. Hits it good. Dead in.
Nice shot.
Josh, how'd your one pocket event go this year?
I didn't play that well. I mean, I ended up getting up to the I think it was the 10th round. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, under 32 players I got to, but I don't know. I
Out of
didn't
more
play
than
as well as I
500?
wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a pretty solid showing, man.
It is, but I always like to do better. One pocket is usually my forte, and I do well in it, and have been for the last few years at the Derby. And this is one of the ones where I didn't do as well.
Yeah. Who ended up getting you?
I lost to who did I lose to? I lost to Levan Corteza, and I lost
Mm-hmm.
to who else did I lose to? I know it was somebody that's not like a seasoned one pocket player. I wasn't supposed to. I felt like I wasn't supposed to lose to them, but I did.
Yeah.
I
Take
can't
a
even
shot out
remember
of
who
it.
it was now. Yeah.
That's one of the most interesting things about Derby, and one of my favorite things about this event is you see all these, I mean, incredible players play these games that they're not seasoned and playing, like you're talking about. And I mean, Lee Van at this point has definitely spent some time playing one pocket and knows more about it. But you see a lot of players that are newer to it, like Vitaliy here, that just shoot so strong that they think they can jump in. But I don't know. It's fun to watch that. A lot of non-conventional play, but you also see these guys learn so quickly. Look at that twist, man. Jeremy hit that one good. Whew, pretty shot. Just clipped that with inside, spun the cue ball out there, hangs the four. Great shot.
Yeah, he hit a nice bank right there. Surprised it didn't go.
I am too. Well, hanging might even be better for him. Ooh, playing bank combo.
I think he was just doing a move there, just trying to keep Jeremy off the
Hook him in.
shot, really. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Jeremy's looking at the 15 off the six, or at least through the six. It's going to hit both balls, the six and the five. If he
Mm-hmm.
shoots it, it'll hit both balls, and he's going to try to just get it to push through that gap. Not guaranteed to make it though.
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to try and not move the five, use that for your blocking. Man, really effective shot there. Great shot. He's made some great reads in the pack.
Yeah. Well,
Just,
now he's going to have to try to make this and get him out of there. I don't think he can. He's looking like he wants to try to bank here, and that's super tough to do that. I mean, I kind of like trying to
yes, it
clear the
is.
four, I like shooting the five into the bottom rail and catching the four on the way out, and at the same time, it'll catch the 15 as well and clear them both.
It
That's
looks
what
like
I
your cue
like.
ball's coming up high at that, though. I'm so afraid of that double kiss from there. It,
Well, I
it looks
mean,
like that's what he's.
it looks like he's shooting a three-way and trying to get him out. I like the five hitting that bottom rail, or maybe he's shooting it into the back of the 15 and trying to get it to go towards the pocket. I don't know. See, I didn't like that
Man,
because it didn't move everything and he sold out.
yeah. Well, Jeremy was on his feet
Yeah.
for that one.
All right. Well, he's got a nice little shot to make the 15 here, and he can go to the six ball bank next. And from that
Yep.
point, he'll be at the back of the pile. The five will go. So if he gets a good shape on the five, he can open up the pile where he can get a bunch of balls. So it's just a
Yeah.
question of how good he gets on the six right here and how good he gets on the five after that, after making the six.
Yeah, you don't want to leave yourself a lot of an angle off the six.
No, you
You
want
want
to
to be
be
pretty
almost a
straight.
stop shot. Yeah. Almost
Mm-hmm.
a stop shot type of angle where you're going to stay below the straight in line of the five. And that should give you the good angle to go ahead and open up a few balls to keep going.
Yep. Yeah, great shot there.
All right, there's the bank. We went past the straight in line, so he won't be able to open the balls from the pile. He may have
Yeah.
to try to go to the three ball.
I'm confused why he followed that ball. He had such a great line on that. He might not have meant to get that
He
high.
No, I don't think he did, but also he wanted to ensure that he made it, and usually a follow stroke gives you a, sort of a true angle. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll try to get to the 3 here and just, try to force it to the bottom rail, 2 rails back out above the 3.
Hmm.
I mean, if he wants to continue shooting, that's the only option. If not, then he can just get behind the pile and try to push some over and stick them up behind the pile.
Yeah. Yeah. That 11 off the 8 looks like it might have a pocket. Yeah, coming back behind the
Uh,
3.
All right, so he went to the 3, and now he'll go ahead and pocket this and just try to. He may go ahead and shoot your shot, but he has to be careful of the 8 ball. If you look at the way it's laying, the 111 off the eight's pushing off the 12 and coming the opposite way towards the other pocket. So he would
Yeah.
certainly have to control the speed very well, in which case he didn't even make the ball anyway. So, he's basically just
Yeah.
set a trap. Vitaliy will have
It's a
to
good
kick
ball to
out of
miss.
this unless he wants to try to shoot this 1-2 combo out of the pile. And that doesn't look like the greatest shot, even if he could make it. Doesn't look like
Yeah.
any other balls are there to go to.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, it's 3-1. A lot of game left to play. You're down 2-1. Probably don't want to take a risk. You like
Yeah,
side
he
rail
can
kicking
easily
this?
just. Yeah, three's low enough where it doesn't look like you can get under it without hitting it bad. Now going the back way,
Hmm.
you can get in that crevice and double kiss it. Going to the top rail. If you notice the gap right there between the rail and the 3, if he hits right
Hmm.
in that crevice, it would double kiss and stay. So he needs to hit the second rail way before the 3 or hit it dead full in the face.
Kind of brings us to something I was talking about earlier. With there was a lot of discussion about pocket size this year at Derby. I know you're a one pocket player, so how did you feel the tables played?
I feel like they played well. I mean, even with the pocket size, it was still I don't know. I think the pockets played still fairly easy, even with the pocket size, because of
Yeah, with
brand
brand
new
new felt,
cloth
there's a
and
lot
the
of slip.
balls. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, I personally love the way they played. I thought it was terrific. I bobbled a couple more shots than I would have. But yeah, that's what you hope for, especially in a game like one pocket. You want those tight pockets. And yeah, like you
right,
said, it
right.
wasn't like they were playing overly tight. Man, he's still looking at that. He's dead on that one too. That's gonna. I mean, it's gonna end up moving the 11 ball probably. If that 11 ball bumps out, he's in trouble. Wow. Well, I mean, at that point, maybe he just felt like he had no choice. Boy, oh boy, definitely selling out the game there.
Yeah, that's gonna be trouble.
Jeremy's got to
That's
do
gonna be
something though. He
trouble.
can't.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
like that. He was betting the game on a lucky. Well, I mean, that's kind of a 9 ball player's mentality. Just a little bit is a
Mm-hmm.
more shoot 'em up type of style. So,
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
sometimes I like that way of thinking. I like, if you're taking a hard shot that can help you win the game versus a hard shot that you can win the game on. Sometimes you take the offensive
Right,
one, but that was a little home run derby.
right. So he's just supposed to shoot this 3 in and try to draw out of there without hitting the 2. You don't want to hit the 2 here. There you go.
Yep,
Good shot. Now you
nice
can
little
go 2
shot.
rails back out to the top of the 1 here. And
Try
if
and
he
leave
can
yourself
get.
an angle on the one to get on the 13.
Yeah, I like the angle. I want to get straight enough where I can draw into into the gap in between the 10 and 11 and open those and
Mm-hmm.
still have the 13 right there to go to more balls. So I'm going to try
Okay.
not to cross the straight in line of the 1 here like that. That's perfect shape to drop right into that 10, 11. He can draw right over into those and softly
Mm-hmm.
open them and basically continue the run. which he
Could
only
even
needs
choose to hit
3.
this
So
with a
he'll.
little more speed. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
well,
hit the 13.
yeah, he was supposed to definitely avoid that ball. That's the ball he needed to make.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot tougher situation than he wants to be, and two balls away from winning this match.
But it does lay good to clear Vitaliy's hole. If you look at the way the 11-10 lays, he can shoot the 11 right into the side of the 10 and clear them both
Mm-hmm.
out. It looks like to me.
So you like 11 into the top side of the 10, 10 going up
Into the
table,
side of the
11 coming
10.
back to his
No,
to the side.
no,
Oh,
no.
side of the 10.
In the
Got it.
side of the 10 where it's 10's coming across the table towards Jeremy's side. He could
Mm-hmm.
actually shoot here if he wanted. I mean, he has a shot on the 13, the one that he was supposed to play shape on. It's still there. And if he made it, he would be going into the 12-8 to finish the game. So it's worth the risk, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, man, it's hard to not shoot that 13 ball.
Because this, you kind of betting on, you're hoping you don't leave a shot. Those balls could kiss anything.
Whew. Yeah,
Now
like
you
you
see,
almost
now
saw
look,
happen. Got
he
away with it.
almost, yeah, it looks like he left the 11 ball. It looks like the 11 ball will bank to me.
Yeah, it
I
does
think
look
he
like
can
it'll bank.
stiff
It
that
looks like
ball.
he's going into the. Oh,
No, he can stiff this ball with some draw. He can stiff
yeah.
this. And if not, he can at least bank the 9 into the 12, float up the table behind the 14-10 up there. He's got a few options with this to maybe stay in the game. Jeremy left him, he got a little lucky for that ball to lay right there where he doesn't have a bank on this if he doesn't. He's looking at it, though. I think it goes.
I guess I would rather float on this ball. I would rather miss
You
this
can't float.
bank
You got to hit it
wide.
hard. You got to hit it
You got to
hard to
fire it.
make it. Yeah, got to hit it
That I
hard to
guess that's
make
what
it.
I mean.
This
Is
is
I might try to not make it. I might float up behind those three balls and just put himself in. But I guess you sell a bank, then ooh, gets away with it.
Yeah, he did get away with it, but he didn't really because now Jeremy can just move the balls out of play. He'd be smart not to shoot here and go ahead and shoot the 12s, glue him to the 8, push balls out of play, and give himself more of a chance to lock this game in.
Got it.
If you leave the balls in play like this, just like he caught up last game, Vitaliy will have a chance to catch up if he's shooting at, random shots trying to just end the game. So this is the
Yep.
shot right here. You stick him to the 8.
Well, he heard
That's
you.
what you
Yep.
do.
Get there. Got to get there.
Oh, I think
Woo.
he froze it on the rail. Just barely. All right, so now Vitaliy has
That's
no choice but to go ahead and thin the 8, push it out a little bit, which will give Jeremy the opportunity to continue pushing balls out of play, which plays into his score.
man. I'm gonna start listening to you, man. I would have been firing that two railer. Probably would have sold out.
Mm-mm.
I like this
No,
move a lot.
not with the balls in play. You push the balls out of play up in the corner, and then you can start shooting at 1 and 2 railers where there's no danger. They're free.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, when your opponent has the ball still in play like this, they're relaxed and comfortable, right? They know they can shoot at
Yeah.
anything and make one and get a shot. But once you start pushing them out of play and they see that, then they're gonna say, "Oh man, I need to." They're gonna shoot at stuff that they wouldn't normally. They get desperate. So you create
Yep.
desperation when they see how you're playing. Yeah, if I was
He caught
Jeremy,
that
I
one real
certain there's no
thin.
way I'd be
Ooh.
doing that. Now look what he's done here. He's given Vitaliy maybe an opportunity to bank or cut one of these balls and get 3 or 4 and get back in the
Yeah.
game here. What if he banks this
Do you like?
12 and
Yeah,
gets on that 9 or the 8 or
man.
something?
Then
Like what if he makes a good shot and gets on the balls? Jeremy would be risking the game here.
yeah. Well, and that's what we're looking at, man. You got action here. This 12 bank is pretty free, and yeah, puts himself in a great position to win the game if he makes it. I think that's
Oh, he let the cue ball
I think
float
that's the
out a
first
little.
soft bank I've seen him shoot, and you saw how wide it came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy may go ahead and shoot the 11 here. It looks like he can hit this and stay behind the 12 and cut this out of his pocket. But he doesn't have to, though. The smart thing to do is go ahead and try to get some out of play, or at least not put anything else in play unless he has a
I
shot
just
for it.
I think back to that cut on the 13 he had earlier. I can't imagine shooting this one and not shooting that 13 earlier. This one might feel a little more free. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because he's going behind this ball. See how he's going behind the ball like that?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he
Beautiful.
played shape with a
Yep.
nice soft. Yeah, so that was a good shot. All right, so that
Vitaliy
ends the
giving that one
match
up.
3-1. 3-1 for
Man,
Jeremy. And this is
good
Derby
action here.
2023 match.
Yep. Round one. Man, Josh Roberts, it's been wonderful sitting in with you. Thank you for all the expertise. I'm going to start hearing your voice in the back of my mind when I'm playing.
All
It's been fun. This has
right, well,
been Somerfield and Josh from, Railbirds
yes,
Productions.
sir. Railbirds Productions. Stay tuned for the next one.